Welcome back, YouTube. This is Acid Root. So this would be part 24 of Super Mario World playthroughs. In this particular episode, I didn't show it in the title screen, but we are, as of this episode, at 80 exits. So it's just the pitch behind it. There's a little bit more stuff to do. I think you can tell the stuff. Basically, Bowser Land and then Special Land are the two ones. But the concept about it is, I don't know, I kind of almost feel like it's not so much full-blown befuddling, but just kind of the concept of me trying to figure out the aspects of what the last 16 concepts would kind of be here. I mean, there is a little bit more stuff to do in Bowser Land, but it's just kind of within the pitch. Just question if that is going to equal 16 more exits. There's just some stuff here I'll just have to go through. I did get that exit right there in the Forest Land twice, just being able to say as far as this pitch is going to happen. So it's just kind of within the tone. It's going to have to really sniff it out and figure out what's going to happen here as far as those aspects going to happen with it. But it's a good type tone. So basically, there's not much progress in this episode, I'd have to say. It's just kind of a concept that, you know, a lot of this is just going to be kind of the bureaucracy of just running back and forth. Just mainly because this episode, I thought I was originally going to record for about 20 some odd minutes, something like that. But the problem with it kind of was, this is the factoid that I had to turn off the gameplay because I kind of got tricked in this particular episode as far as trying to figure out what to do here. So I just didn't, I had to look up some information, which is the concept about this game. I mean, there are some good playthroughs, but the concept about it is most game playthroughs you see of this game nowadays are just lengthy or long plays where you have to really, I mean, just because this is a secret exit that you have to kind of know, so I had to kind of, I didn't feel like full-blown watching, 15, 20 minutes just to find one segment where all I needed was one thing. So it's just kind of the concept that just kind of had to go sift through a number of videos, and it was just kind of the pitch behind it that it just didn't, I really thought that the way to get the secret exit in this particular stage was by using the Yoshi and having this particular area, but this really doesn't contribute to much. I don't even know why it's a part of this stage. I really thought that was going to be the thing, but it's kind of a misnomer. So you basically have to go through the crushing area to get to the secret exit as well. Either way, if you get the normal exit or the secret exit, you're going through the crushing area. So it's just kind of probably that's one of the tougher parts of the game. I mean, it's also one of the more lengthy. It eats up some time, so that's kind of why this episode is only really consisting of like one stage. So it's just me trying to get past that stage. And as you can see, there's probably there's just some concepts here as far as saying that there's probably at least 4 or 5 more exits within Bowser Land. So I'm just kind of within the concept as far as saying that somehow it's going to wind up equaling 96 exits. And I just don't know what, apart from Bowser Land and Special Land, I'm not really as full-bound sure what I wound up missing. But yeah, it's just another monotonous type episode, but that's par for the course. You just look after it. So I would just say to get comfortable, kick your house slippers on or something like that, and just kind of have the aspect behind it as far as those tones going to happen. Definitely good after-hours type stuff. So, trying to think of what's been particularly kind of happening. I mean, yeah, you could throw some stuff in the news in there, but it's just kind of the pitch. If you don't live in the United States, it's kind of within the tone. I mean, I don't know. I'm just, the problem with it is, talking about like LA wildfires or something like that, it doesn't really have the aspect. I mean, it's not really, I could probably try to have some, it's not something joke bound within this particular stage. I mean, you have to kind of be, acidic roots could probably pull it off more, within that aspect of just like the tone as far as if I wanted to designate that, but this is kind of within the aspect as far as saying that, January has been kind of here and there, just the aspect, and yeah, Yoshi gets crushed, so it's just kind of within the tone. Yeah, so I just look after, but yeah, it's just been standard concept of this bureaucracy in the news as far as this pitch kind of happened, just looking after it, but that basically, so yeah, we're just gonna go pick up some power-ups, then we'll take care of it here. This would have to say. So I do have, I figured out another game I want to do for the PlayStation 1. Now, I realize that this one might be a little bit trickier. It's just a little bit more of like a brain bender in terms of those particular type pitches. I'm kind of, those are some of the aspects. I've noticed I haven't been really going for like full-blown kind of tough games. Like if you're thinking of something, like whether or not I'd ever, I probably will not, if you've seen like Metal Gear Solid VR missions, like I've said before in that playthrough, I'm not as sure if I would tackle Metal Gear Solid, the original game. I mean, it's a fun game, definite classic, but I just think the aspect behind it would probably be one of those games I'd get like part 7 or part 9, and then it'd probably take 5 or so years to completely beat the full-blown game. So I ditched Yoshi here because I kind of figured I would get crushed again. It's pretty tough to do this with Yoshi. It doesn't seem like it's almost damn near possible. I think that's a real, if you want a challenge, try to do this particular area with Yoshi. This doesn't seem as survival likely. But yeah, like I was saying, this probably would get to like part 9, part 8, something like that for Metal Gear Solid, and then it'd probably be something I'd feel obligated to do, and then this would become therein less fun. But I just look after it. I do at least feel compelled to do VR missions, and there's a new PlayStation game. So I'm finding games for this channel. I mean, here I thought that I only had like 2 or 3 or 4 more, but there actually are some ones. I probably will not purchase this new PlayStation game, and really, depending upon how far I am in Metal Gear Solid VR missions, I don't know if I'll have that game beaten by the end of summer. I mean, considering that I'm on mission 10 currently, so I'm a tenth of the way done with the game that I would be attempting to get through with. This is kind of the concept as far as saying that's just kind of the affluence behind it, but I just look after it just within the tone that it just doesn't have like, but you can at least say it's content, just when, if folks are completely vapid for more content on the channel, it's definitely your hunger and thirst will be quenched just because it's the concept of this being able to say there is some new stuff kind of afoot. So I am finding new games, and they are relative to like the old Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, PS1 type stuff, so I continue to find. But this is all you had to do is just fly up over it really right here. Very off the wayside, not just complete oblivious to things as far as those pitches kind of happen, but I just really question if one would be able to get Yoshi past that area. But that's the concept. So I thought it was a ghost house, but it's a fortress. So okay, that should be simple enough to do. That's just kind of the concept. So, but yeah, now I didn't feel like tackling another stage. I probably should have. And looking back, I probably should have tried to tackle that stage. Considering I had 4 lives here, that probably would have lengthened this episode a little bit. But I just wanted to save, so I didn't have to do that again. That is. It's not so much annoying, it is the concept that it just drags on that particular crushing part, so it's kind of within the tone. So yeah, you know the drill. We're going to the ghost house and going to save, and then that should take care of it. So just kind of the concept. A little bit more of a quickie here, but it's just kind of within the pitch as far as saying that part 25 and 26 will probably be wrapping up most of Bowser's Land, then we can get... I mean, like I said, originally I thought this was going to be like, 30, 32 episodes, but it might be like 35, somewhere in there. I mean, it's going to be, you still have a healthy more amount of life left within this particular playthrough, I'd have to say. So even if we only get one stage done per episode that's posted to YouTube, I still would say it's going to happen. I mean, just understand, as of this, once we save here, it's 81 exits out of 96. That's just kind of the concept of it. But we'll get towards it. Subscribe for more. Definitely say subscribe for more fun. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night. Stick with this playlist, folks. There's some goodies in it. This is the concept, and we'll continue with this game belted out here.